Hey everybody, so today I want to talk about the 50mm lens, or the lens with the most annoying name in photography, the Nifty 50. So first of all, I want to talk about this lens. What is this lens? This is a Canon 50mm 1.8. It's their entry-level 50mm lens. It's got autofocus, it's got manual focus, and that's it. It doesn't have a distance scale, it doesn't have an image stabilizer. It's a basic lens. How is it for quality? It's excellent. It's a prime lens, which means it's not a zoom lens. Zoom lenses are zoom lenses. Prime lenses like the 28, the 50, 100, a 75, a 300, they're called prime lenses. In years past, a prime lens was actually sharper than zoom lenses, so that's why they were so popular. Today, it's the distance between quality has narrowed so much that you can get amazing zoom lenses and you can get amazing prime lenses. So you don't necessarily need a prime lens, a 50mm, if you have, let's say, a 24 to 70. There's not a need for it. But a lot of people buy it, and a lot of people are taken advantage of, shall we say, in the big name, the Nifty 50. So a little bit of history behind why it's called the Nifty 50. First of all, we have to go back to the film days of photography when people would take portraits in a studio and they would have what was called a portrait lens. And that lens went anywhere from 70mm all the way up to 110mm. It depended who you talked to as to what they considered a prime portrait lens. And people would go out and buy a prime lens for just doing headshots. And why was it called a portrait lens? Well, first of all, it was because you could take a portrait of somebody that you would get a nice head and shoulders shot by using that millimeters at a comfortable distance so that you weren't in their face, but you weren't way back so that you needed a huge studio for it. And it had an aperture that was small enough that it would allow you to blur the background. So that's what a portrait lens was. So how did the Canon 50mm get that stupid name? Well, a part of it is Canon marketing. Part of it is the Instagram influencers out there that have promoted it and put that name on it. Now, why? Well, it's because they put it on crop sensor cameras. And if you were to put this on a crop sensor Canon camera, you times it by 1.6. So this now becomes an 80mm lens, or a portrait lens in that range. The other thing is because it's a 1.8, it has the shallower depth of field, so you can take a portrait of somebody and you can blur the background. So people started naming it the Nifty 50. Plus, I think the fact that it's only just over $100 Canadian also led to that. But it's a load of garbage. First problem is, the lens itself does not make the photographer. Putting this on your camera and leaving your camera on auto, leaving your camera on program mode, or incorrectly setting any of the settings will not give you the quality that this lens is capable of with the blurred backgrounds. I get so many people that come in with pictures shot with this, and they used it on auto mode, and the camera selected 5.8, 3.6, whatever it was through that range. And they said, but why isn't my background blurred? It's because this lens is just a lens. You still need to know how to use it. If you put it on your camera and you select 1.8, or if you have the 1.4 or the 1.2 version, great, it'll do that, but it's not going to think for you. The second reason is that a lot of people don't like this lens is because they try shooting groups with it. And at 1.8, and you're trying to shoot groups of people that are staggered, and you get blurry people. This was designed for shooting 1 or 2 people, and that's it. So please don't refer to it as a Nifty 50. It's a 50mm lens that can do some cool things on a crop sensor camera. But the problem comes in at this. Many of my students have started out with, let's say, the Canon Rebel line. They buy this and put on it because 50mm times by 1.6 is an 80mm lens. Then they go out and they buy a full-size sensor camera. Guess what? This is now a 50mm lens. It's no longer your 80mm lens. So Think before you go out and buy it. If you want a 50mm lens for your full-size sensor camera, buy it. It's a great little walk-around lens. It's light. Go for it. If you want an 80mm for your Rebel and you're not going to upgrade, great, go for it. But please understand that you're being sold something before you go out and buy this lens. It will work in certain situations, but there are issues. So please take your time to do good research before you buy it. So until next time, have a great day. Get out there and take some great pictures. And please don't call it a you-know-what. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching my video. If you like this video, please click on the like button, which is the thumbs up button. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscribe button and then click on the bell next to the subscribe button so you'll be notified when any new videos are uploaded. Thank you and have a great day.